So finally, after lots of you have asked what my vlog setup is, I've finally got a chance to do it. So especially for my friend Charles, who was asking me for quite some time. So sorry it's taken a while, but here it is. I'm going to go through what I used. I'll put all the links to all the products that I've used in the description below so you can find them. And I'll also show you how I set it up and give you my sort of feedback now I've been doing it for a few weeks, what I think of it. So this is a Shoei Hornet ADV helmet. The reason I chose it is because on the chin you'll notice that there's quite a bit of space to fit a GoPro, which I thought was quite cool. I didn't want to mount it on the side. On this helmet on the top it would be very difficult, so I thought a chin mount was the way to go. The pro is you don't look so bad. You haven't got all these things sticking out of your helmet and aerodynamics and stuff, if that even makes a difference. Probably one of the cons is you see more of the tank and more of the cockpit rather than the road, which you're going to have to weigh up. I think mine's okay. I try and look up as much as I can, so I hope you guys aren't getting too annoyed by that. So I've got a Hero5 Black with its casing, and then what you can see here is the GoPro mount, adapter, which you need, and I'll go through that as well. And then you can just unplug it like so. So let's pull it apart and then I'll show you what I've done. So this is a custom sort of mount that I've made out of Sugru, which is really useful stuff. It's basically a putty, bit like blue tack, that you pull out of a sachet. It's malleable for quite a while. You can sort of roll it in your hands, make it into a ball, it gets under your fingernails, stuff like that. You can put it into any shape that you want, and then in 24 hours it cures, hard, waterproof, and pretty much is there to stay. So I've made, with the existing GoPro curved mount, I believe this one was, yeah, the curved mount, what I did was I peeled back the 3M tape that was there originally, so you have to get rid of it so that you've just got plain flat plastic. And then I got 3 sachets of Sugru of white to match the helmet, and then I rolled that up in sort of a large ball and put it on the back of the GoPro. There's a video on YouTube of some guy that's done it, so you can check that out as well. But it's super easy, really easy. This is just particularly for my helmet because this is what I'm using. You can see what I've done is that I've made the bottom part a little bit thicker than the top part because the curvature of this lid goes down a little bit. So if I made it straight, the camera would be pointed down, you'd just be seeing pretty much all of the tank. So I've put a little bit of thicker at the bottom, thinner at the top, and then sort of when it was soft, pushed it in with my finger at the top so that the camera is facing more this way, so you get more of a, when you're looking down like so, you see the camera is a bit more horizontal. And then yeah, just smooth the sides with your hand, whatever look you want to go for, whether you want to go for a flush look or whether you want it to sort of taper out, whatever you want to do, then just leave it for 24 hours and it's absolutely solid as a rock. This is a J mount, so this doesn't come with the GoPro as standard. You get quite a few mounts, but you don't get a J mount. So buy one online. They're very inexpensive. Yeah, and that just goes straight in like that. And then you just adjust it. Bosh, there you go. Really easy, really simple. So if you had separate audio and you were using a recording unit sort of through your jacket, you could just put a session on the front and be done with it. And then you would get awesome footage. I'm really happy with the footage I get from the session, and I think the new Hero Session 5 or Hero 5 Session Black, I think that's really awesome too. So that's also an option. But what I've done is I've integrated video and audio with the same unit. And what I've done, what you have to do, is get this GoPro adapter, which is incredibly overkill and huge and massive, and I don't understand why they did it. And so GoPro, please use your R&D to get us a lav mic that is USB-C that just goes straight in, because that would really be handy. You have to basically put this in the side, and you lose your waterproofiness as well, which really sucks. I was trying to make a custom kind of rubber grommet to go in there so I could keep my waterproofiness, but I didn't have time in the end, and I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. I've been using just standard Velcro tape that you can get from any hardware store, but as you can see here, don't know if that's going to focus properly. As you can see, it's just not up to the job. It really, really isn't. What I've ordered and I'm waiting for, that my friend will hopefully bring me, is called 3M Dual Lock. Again, link in the description below. That stuff's amazing. It's like Velcro, but it's essentially, it's almost two sets of the hooks, so that when you clasp, you press them in, they all kind of meet in and clasp together, and it really, really doesn't move. It really doesn't. Of course, you can pull it off with force, but I find that what happens with this is, with the Velcro, this doesn't stick to the GoPro plastic properly. If you have it like that, it just kind of moves off and then pings off when you're riding. And then also, this cable is quite thick and it's quite strong, and the tension in the cable makes this want to come off, and that's why the dual lock needs to be there to really, really keep it in position. So you can either have it going down this way, or you can have it going up that way. But again, you see it just see how strong it is. It just comes straight off. So that's why I want the dual lock to really keep that in position. And then where you've got the audio in on that side, that's when my lav mic just clips in like that, which is then wired into my helmet. So my lav mic is a Rode Smart Lav Plus, really, really, really good quality, as you can tell from the videos. And all I did was, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it all out. I'll have to come off, because obviously your helmet is going to be different. You just remove the lining of your helmet, so you pull out all of the inner sections, and then I just feed the wire through the ducts in the helmet and just go round, 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 down the side, behind the cheek pads, just tape it with a bit of black electrical tape. And then I've got here, I don't know if you can just see, just there where I speak, I've just got a little wind stopper that I salvaged from the boom mic of my Sena Bluetooth unit that I wasn't using, because the Sena comes with two, the wired mic, which is there for when I make phone calls, and then also for the open face helmet guys, they give you a boom mic, but I don't need that, so I just took the wind stopper and then just put it on my Rode lav mic, which is really great. The other thing that you will need, which I didn't know about, which I found out later on in testing, is that you will need, I think it's a TTS or a TTRS adapter. I'll find out and make sure I post the right one. In that, if you plug the Rode mic directly into this, it will not work. Guaranteed it won't work. You definitely need this little adapter. So you plug the lav mic into the adapter and the adapter into that. And then what I did was, that adapter, I just ran that cable just along the side behind my little Bluetooth unit, which you tighten with an Allen key so it's nice and solid, and then connected it to my lav mic, and then just put some tape around it behind the cheek pad so that it was secure and waterproof. And it basically, it's just to match the channels. I don't know if you know much about audio, I clearly didn't, but there's different rings on the end of a lav mic, which I didn't know. So this has got two. The Rode Smart Lav Plus has got three, and it doesn't work in this. So it needs to be two. There you go, learn something new every day. And that's the setup. I think it's really, really great. Again, I don't think the Hero5 Black is particularly friendly to motovloggers. I think a lot of motovloggers I did actually watch went to this for its image stabilization, because it was obviously the latest and greatest, and then went back to the silver because they preferred it, because it just has a much easier mic input that you can just go in much easier, and then it's much less bulky on the helmet. And then of course the drift is a favourite as well. I went for this just because I thought, well, everything's going to match, and using GoPro Studio and it'll be easier. It really doesn't make a difference. You can use anything that you want when you're editing on the go, whatever you're using, as long as your formats are correct, your audio and your video, as long as they all match and they're all encoded, correctly. It doesn't matter what camera you use. But I like it, and this is the only thing that bugs me. But once I get the dual lock and I fit it properly, I think it will look okay. So that's my helmet setup. Again, any questions, just let me know. I'll post all the links to everything that I've bought in the description below in case you want to replicate this setup. Again, the Sugru, really, really easy to use. It's very, very simple. You need 3 sachets. Make sure that you get it just right in your positioning, and put your camera on there as well, and use the smartphone app, the capture app, so that you can check that your image is on the right level horizontally and vertically. It's very easy to do, and then 24 hours it cures really hard. Yeah, and that's it.